So this is lesson 47B in Algebra 2. We're dealing with fractional exponents. Now remember, fractional exponents are when we have like the square root of 7 and we're going to write it as 7 to the 1/2 power. That is a fractional exponent. It's an exponent that's in a fraction. So if we had 3 to the 4th power and we took the third root of that, if you remember, in a fraction it's 3. This number here is my root, and it always goes on bottom. This right here is my exponent, so it goes on top. Sorry, that does not go on bottom. 3 goes on bottom. And we get 3 to the 4/3 power, so that's a fractional exponent. So when we get something like 47.4, example there, and we've got these double radicals that look pretty scary, they're really not that bad because I just change them into fractional exponents. Now, I think we did this before. We start on the inside. So I'm going to leave the cubed root of 27 alone, and I'm just going to change 3 to a fractional exponent. So that's 1/2, because it's a square root of 3. The index, the 2 goes on the bottom. The exponent on the 3, which is a 1, would go on top. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to work on that. So I'm going to put a parenthesis here. I'm going to put the 3 to the 1/2 power here. Put the 27 here, and instead of a radical sign, I'm going to put parentheses, and instead of a 3, I'm going to bring it and put it as a 1/3, because the index is always the denominator of a fraction. So I have that. Alright, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to change that, because I know that 27 is 3 times 3 times 3. This is where it gets a little confusing, is remembering where your exponents go, remembering that this 1/3 is on, oops, that 1/3, why does that keep going away, is on all of this. See this here, this radical sign is on the entire thing. So we need to make sure that we put parentheses there so that we show that we're including the whole thing. Okay, now we're going to use our power rule. And our power rule says that this 1/3 is on this and this. So we multiply these two. So we get 3 to the 3/3. 3 times 1/3 is 3/3. And this 3 is 1/2 times 1/3. So we get 3 to the 1st power times 3 to the 1/6 power. And remember, these add, right? So we get 3 to the 1 plus 1/6, or 3 to the 6/6 plus 1/6, which equals 3 to the 7/6 power. And that's what we end up getting for an answer for this thing clear up here. But see, when it's written in radical form like this up here, you can't do anything with all this. You're like, I have no idea what to do with it. Well, change your radical to fractional exponents, and then you can work it out. And then, once you get it all worked out, notice I have this kind of a goofy answer. If I wanted to change it back into radical form, I would make it the 6th root of 3 to the 7th power. Okay, so again, this is the exponent, this is the index, the root that goes right there. So you could translate it back to this if you wanted it in radical form. So this here, you can't go from here to here. You have to change it to fractional exponents, do the math, which is really pretty easy, and then you can change it back if you want to. But I'm not going to have you change it back, I'm just going to have you leave it right here. Okay, so one final problem in 47B as in boy. We've got the 6th root of 4 square root of 2. So again, we're going to write 4. Let's just do that first this time. It doesn't really matter. As 2 squared. And we'll just leave this like that. Now we'll change our innermost. Put some parentheses in there just so we know what we're doing. And now we'll take the 6 out. And now we'll do our product rule. 2 times 1 6. 2 1/2 times 1 6. Okay, so at this point we have to combine these. So we're going to have to add these. So we'll have to make that 4 over 12 and 2 to the 1 over 12. So we can add them. And that gives us 2. We don't add the 2's, we just add the exponents. And we get 5 over 12. Now again, if you want to write this as a root, it would look nasty like that. But we're not going to do that. So that's it for lesson 47, Bees and Boy, Algebra 2.